Number 5, people are so helpful here. Like, the people who want to be helpful will go above and beyond to help you. Sometimes it's like
culture shocks I've experienced as a Nigerian living in South Korea, part 2. Now, this one is really going to shock a lot of people because it shocked me too. Your Korean idols are not tall. Before I arrived to Korea, I actually thought that Korean idols and Korean guys are tall guys. But tell me
5 things I had to get used to while living in Nigeria. Number 1, sometimes going out to eat, going to brunch, going to lunch, and the power goes off and you sometimes don't have power for an hour to 30 minutes.
it's been 6 days since my one-way trip from Canada to Nigeria. These are my top 5 culture shocks since I've been here. Number 5, people are so helpful here. Like, the people who want to be helpful will go above and beyond to help you. Sometimes it's like, I feel maybe they're doing it for money, but they're just that nice. Say what you want about Nigerians, but we have some really, really good people. Number 4 is the hustle culture is real in Lagos. I miss it so much. I'm actually going to make another video about this, but nobody can hustle more than people from Lagos. You have people selling you things on the streets. They're selling you things in your house. As soon as you step out the door, they're selling you something. Number 3, this one is kind of tied to the last one, but everyone is going to ask you for money. They just see me and think that I can change their lives. If I ask for information, they want money. To help me park my car, you want money. If you give me directions, you want money. Everybody's trying to eat. Everybody's trying to eat. Number 2 is the driving is insane. But you know what? I was born and raised in Lagos, so it wasn't like so shocking to me. It was like it was chaotic, but it was a familiar chaos, if that makes sense. But if you weren't born in Lagos and you come and see the driving here, you would scream. And number 1 is electricity. You know, for the first 5 days while I was here, they didn't take the light. And I was actually on a meeting yesterday, and a person asked me, what has been the biggest culture shock to you? And I said something else. And she was like, oh, I thought you would say electricity. And I was like, they actually haven't taken light since I've been here. But you know what? Let me just shut up before NEPA hears me. NEPA are the people who control the power. And lo and behold, as I was on the call, they took light. That was crazy. I haven't been in a meeting and they just shut the power. That was actually frustrating. But luckily, she understood, so we got back on the call. The lights cut out at night and, you know, even right now. So we have the generator running right now. But yeah, these are my biggest culture shocks. I'm back home.
By popular demand, this is part 3 of culture shocks I've experienced as a Ghanaian in Nigeria. Before I get into it, I want to say a very big thank you to everyone that has been loving the content and to Yaba Left Media. Oh my god, thank you for the love. First thing that caught my attention was Chicken Republic doing a promotion for goods. You see the cultural print / African wear we barely wear in Ghana. Unless we have a special occasion or it's compulsory, Nigerians wear it on a daily basis. You see the way we overplay Nigerian music in Ghana. Ghanaian songs are barely played in Nigeria. The first song I heard was Black Sharif song, and that was because it was a Nigerian and Ghanaian collaboration. The second song I heard was an Olive the Boy song on the radio. And the third was Sarkodie songs because the driver is a big Sarkodie fan. You see the way Ghanaian Uber, Yango, both drivers hate it when you put multiple stops on the app or they have to wait for you. That is not the culture in Nigeria. The drivers in Nigeria have no problem waiting or even running your errands with you. One major shock was when the security at ShopRite had to scan me thoroughly before I entered the premises. It's a shame I didn't get any video of that because I wasn't even expecting it. This is Lagos Island and this is what the water body looks like.
Boy, ain't no way, boy.
Yep, I was shocked.
Culture shock as a Nigerian living in New Zealand. Healthcare. Yo! I will start with the primary care. You know, when you fall sick and want to go to the hospital. In Nigeria, when you fall sick, you go to the hospital. If you are not registered in that hospital, you have to register. Long and short is that if you feel sick today, you go to the hospital, and if you go early and you are registered, you are guaranteed to see the doctor. Let's look at New Zealand. In New Zealand, that situation I just described is called urgent care. Typically, if you need to do the same thing where you fall sick and want to see the doctor, you have to book an appointment. And there is no guarantee that your doctor is available on that day. You may be seeing your doctor 2 weeks, 4 months later, and by then you probably have gotten better and you don't even remember why you made the booking. They always say if you think it's urgent, come into the hospital, but you're going to have to wait. And it may end up not even being something that they consider urgent. Yeah, so if you're coming to New Zealand and you find that you are not able to see your doctor when you want to see your doctor, it's just because the system here for general primary care, daily GP visits requires appointment, unlike what you have back home. And I thought that what happens in Nigeria is just limited to Nigeria. It's not. I find Nigeria own better. You need that malaria checked that day. You don't need the malaria to be postponed and done 2 weeks later or 4 weeks later. Now, when you see the doctor, the conversation is quite different from when you have here. And so when you get to see the doctor, you explain everything that is wrong with you, and the doctor will ask you questions, and then they make prescription. You go and buy them medicines. We call medicines drugs, which is another thing. In New Zealand, the only difference I've noticed here is that after you finish talking all that thing, they will give you Panadol or ibuprofen, or maybe recommend you for a test, and told to drink lots of fluid to help your system. Drink lots of fluid. But in Nigeria, they are going to tell you the exact drug to take to cure your sickness. Emergencies, I feel like emergencies is better here in New Zealand. It's emergency for a reason. So they treat you and ask questions later, or they ask questions while they're treating you so that they know how, whether to call police, whether to, all those kind of things. In Nigeria, you still need a card to be seen an emergency. I'm talking live and death situation. They're still asking you, where's your card? And oh my God, they chop cassava, leave you now, gunshot wound you can't get. Be sure that many hospitals are going to reject you. And those who accept you, some of the doctors are putting their license at risk. In my opinion, for daily primary care, those essential regular doctors visits, Nigeria is better. In any case, even with all these, little issues here and there, New Zealand healthcare is still cheaper than healthcare in other Western countries. When I mean Western countries, I'm talking about US. Healthcare is free if you are on certain visas like work visa or you're a resident. Just $5 for all the prescription. So dental care on its own is not free. That's why you see people walking around with brown teeth. Coffee stained teeth, because to go to dentists that do scaling and polishing, you could pay more. You could be paying $200 for just scaling and polishing. So we're like, I make I carry my brown teeth like that. In summary, I think the urgent care here in New Zealand is what we could see as regular visits in Nigeria. So that's the difference I noticed between New Zealand and Nigeria.
Something way I go do where Iya Basra go don't deck me. Come closer guys, it's story time. So on this Facebook day I was at work, and then I saw my boss coming in with a lot of load on her hand, and as the well-cultured Yoruba boy that I am, I rushed in to help. When I got to her, I gestured towards getting some of the loads off her hand, and damn, if you see this stink eye that this woman gave me, I mean, my boss is a really nice person, but if you see the stink eye that she gave me, you would think I was about to rob her. Mommy, I just backed down because they carry a basura load for Nigeria. So, wouldn't it have been considered rude if I didn't offer to help? Cause peace, guys.
Okay, so guys, I was doing my lip combo and I was just really thinking to myself about how a lot of things have shocked me since I came to Canada. And it's already been a month, so I just wanted to share some of these things with you people. The first thing on my list definitely has to be the taxing system. From the moment we landed, even the air we were breathing was taxed. Every single thing you buy is taxed. Nothing is at face value, which is very annoying, but that's how the system here works. Then the second most shocking thing since moving here was definitely the self-checkout system. If you don't know what I mean, in one of my videos I posted where you basically check out from like a store of the things you bought yourself and then you pay. Cut the cameras, cut the damn cameras. There's no way that sort of thing is possible in Nigeria. Who do you trust enough to tell them to self-checkout? Use and play first. I think the third thing for me has to be the cars here, they stop for you when you want to cross the road. I'm not talking about just traffic lights or red says go. No. At a crossing and you need to go, the cars here, they will stop. They prioritize the people with no cars. It was definitely a shock because in Nigeria, all the hooting and hollering, you will be begging motor to stop so that you will pass. And I was just like, oh my god. The next one, I don't know what number I'm in, has to be the church. If you're a Catholic, no, even as a Christian in Nigeria, if you go to church, you are averaging at least 2 to 4 hours for a single service. The first Sunday, I went to church here, and in 45 minutes, everybody was already packing up their stuff. I said it's a lie. Why are you all going home? 45 minutes and everybody's on their way. Nobody is doing bazaar, Thanksgiving, all of that. And even some of the minor practices in the Catholic Church left me like, I don't know if that's right. But who am I to question the system here? Like, come on. I can't really think of anything right now. But when I do, then you should be expecting a part 2. Bye!
5 things I had to get used to while living in Nigeria. Number 1, sometimes going out to eat, going to brunch, going to lunch, and the power goes off and you sometimes don't have power for an hour to 30 minutes. Crazy, okay? Number 2, you have to buy a generator if you're going to have an apartment or a house because a lot of times the lights go off. I'm like, what? And they're expensive. Third thing, sometimes when you go out, the cat calling is insane. They scream, oh my gosh, big booty, juicy, fat mama, I want you. I'm like, well gosh, y'all, I'm only one woman, you know? Number 4, you may ask to get married. A random man may come up to you and say, marry me. Or a man on social media may ask, hey, do you want to get married to me? This happens to me a lot. And number 5, let me think. I don't know. I guess it's 4 then. I didn't really think about the 5th one. Oh, people always asking you for money. Anywhere you go, people are going to say, what do you have for me? Do you have something for me? Can you buy me something? Bring me a gift. Buy me this, buy me that. Yep.
Culture shocks I've experienced as a Nigerian living in South Korea, part 2. Now, this one is really going to shock a lot of people because it shocked me too. Your Korean idols are not tall. Before I arrived to Korea, I actually thought that Korean idols and Korean guys are tall guys. But tell me why when I came here, I was feeling like I'm the huge person here. And I'm just 5'7". I was 5'7" then, but now I'm 5'8". But that does not matter. At some point, I had to check the boots I'm wearing. I'm like, okay, maybe it's the boots I'm wearing that's making me taller. But it is not. Korean men are not tall. Korean girls are not tall. They are just average height like my sisters. Number 2, the amount of dogs in Korea. Upon arriving in Korea, I noticed that some people walk around with strollers. I'm like, oh, where's the cute baby? And when I look into the stroller, what do I see? A dog. I think here they treat dogs like it's their children because there's like dog shop, like pet shops where you go to buy clothes for your pets and buy medicine and stuff like that. I'm like, what is going on? More reason why the birth rate is low. Number 3, the amount of PDA here. Because tell me why I'm on a bus and somebody's kissing. Are you mad? Holding hands, hugging. When I first come, I was so disgusted. Trust me, I was like, what is going on with these people? Can't they see that people are around? Like, what are you doing? If you're in Nigeria and you hold anybody, the kind of eyes they use and look you, It was then I understood when people say they feel so single in Korea. It's true. That's why you have to accept God as your Lord and personal Savior, because when you have God, He is the love of your life. Hallelujah. That's what has helped me. Number 4. Now, this may be a very unpopular opinion, but the fashion here in Korea is the same. Everyone wears the same thing. Before I came to Korea, I was so happy. Like, oh my God, I'm going to a country where they're so fashion based. Oh my God, it's going to be like Los Angeles or like New York. But when I came here, I realized everyone wear the same thing. How will I go into a store and I'm seeing the same thing, different colors, same crop top, different colors? I know that's the dream of most Nigerians, to see street fashion that men need to buy. but the fashion here is the same. Don't get me wrong, there are still some brands that like distinguish themselves from other brands, but from what I've seen so far, people are so influenced by trends here in Korea. If a celebrity wears something, everyone want to wear it. Now it is Dubai chocolate that is trending. Everybody want to eat Dubai chocolate, Dubai chocolate, Dubai chocolate. If you don't eat it, you die. Yeah, it's so crazy. Anyways, that's all for this video. I think I have to do a part 3 because now that I think about it, I've actually seen a lot of differences between Nigeria and South Korea. But the shocks have not really been that much because, I mean, it's okay.